Hey team, Cam here from Training Talk. Welcome to this week's episode of Endurance Coaching Business, where we cover all things marketing and business specifically for endurance coaching. So I know there's lots of marketing and business advice online, but most of it's quite generic and there's nothing really specifically generated for endurance coaching businesses. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Just share as much information to help running triathlon endurance coaches improve their business through marketing and business tips. So I know I've been banging on over my last couple of blogs and podcast episodes about generating leads. So you're probably sick of it by now, but I still feel like even coaches that I deal with really regularly haven't quite got the message, and I haven't been giving it enough strongly, that it's the leads, not the launch, that is important when you are creating new products and services or launching your existing products and services for your business. So what do I mean by it's the leads, not the launch? So I'm constantly seeing coaches struggling with trying to offer their products and services. So this just could be one-on-one coaching, this could be training plans, this could be online memberships. And they spend a lot of time building up to a launch, getting all the stuff together, launching, and then not really getting many sales and not seeing much demand. So this is because they focus too much on the launch and not on the leads. So let's explain why, let's explore why lead generation should be your top marketing priority, not the launching of your products and services that you want to sell. So lead generation is the crucial part of building up to a launch. So why do leads matter? So the reason coaches struggle to sell their online products and services is they're trying to sell them to people who don't know, like, or trust them yet. And this is an easy mistake to make, because when you're a coach, you've probably got a lot of people around you who do know, like, and trust you. But when it comes to selling products and services online in a scalable way, you need many, many more people who know, like, and trust you. So your existing customers and the peripheral people who know them, that's not enough, because you typically, when you do a launch, there's only so many people in a circle that are ready to buy. So you need to create like a much bigger circle of people who know, like, and trust you. So when you're launching and you haven't been proactively, intentionally generating leads, building up to that launch. So leads are new people exposed to your business. Then basically you're basically just asking strangers to trust you with their hard-earned money. So it's a tall order regardless of your business. So I still see coaches advertising their products and services they're launching as trying to get people to buy them, to people who don't know them yet, who haven't been exposed to their content, who don't know who they are. Basically, no one's going to buy anything from a coach before they know, like, and trust them. Anyway, so that's why leads matter. So good leads equals easy launches. So it's a simple and powerful truth. The more you've invested in your leads, the less time and effort you'll need to invest in the launch itself. So a strong, well-nurtured lead base, that just means that when you are ready to launch, you've got this engaged and receptive audience, and they're already primed to invest in your coaching or your training plans or whatever you've got for sale. So when you've built this sort of trust and loyalty with your leads, your launch doesn't need to be massive. It doesn't need to be stressful. It doesn't need to be time-consuming. Instead, you can just shift your focus to providing high quality offerings that truly benefit your clients instead of spending all this time on a launch itself. So if you prioritize lead generation and nurturing of those leads over the launch itself, then you can really reduce the time and effort and the resources needed for your launch. So then you can allocate those resources more efficiently to make your business better in other aspects. So once you've built momentum, you've got a big list of leads, your launch can just be as simple as creating a product, setting it up on your website, page on your website, sending an email to your well-nurtured list, making sales. Because they've been getting content from you. If you go back to my last few posts, you'll see a lot of me talking around generating free content, building trust, and that sort of thing. So, and if I look at the most successful coaches using Training Tool, then they just run regular, simple launches. And when they do a launch, the most sales just come when they send the email to their well-nurtured email list. So if you are thinking about doing a launch in the near term, and you haven't been generating leads, you haven't been nurturing leads, you haven't been creating content, capturing their email addresses, I'd suggest that you either scale back your ideas for the launch and just launch it to your existing audience quietly and then see if you get a few sales. But don't go off spending money trying to get your products and services in front of people who don't know, like, and trust you yet, because you just won't make any sales. So your launch will be way more successful if you've taken the time to nurture, and develop a strong base of leads beforehand. And then moving on from there is a lot of coaches think of lead generation as something that they'll do like as a campaign, or they'll do it for a couple of months or something like that. But basically, lead generation needs to be a permanent process in your business. So it needs to be core. So you need to create to create sustainable growth. You really need to have like a healthy pipeline of new clients constantly coming into the top of the funnel. So then every time you do decide and launch, you've got this big history where you've been building up your leads, building up your audience, more people know, like, and trust you. So every launch that you do will be more effective if you've constantly, every day in your business, been thinking about putting processes in place. And a lot of it can be automated, getting new leads in the top of your funnel. So what are the ongoing benefits of lead generation if you really build that into your business? So it helps you maintain a steady flow of new clients, like I mentioned. So that's always going to keep your business healthy and growing. It allows you to continuously refine your marketing strategies. So as you learn more about your target audience, the more people you get in there into your funnel, the more you're going to learn about them. The more you'll learn about their needs, their problems, their desires. You'll be able to refine your copy and your marketing strategy around that. And of course, it creates a loyal community of followers who trust your expertise and eager to invest in your products and services. And then they will share your content with their friends and get referrals. So the bigger your audience is, the more effect you'll get from people sharing. And and one of the big ones is it makes sure that your business remains top of mind for your potential clients. So as I've talked about before, customers move from being not ready to buy to being ready to buy at different times, and some take longer than others, and some move in and out of that stage. So if you're constantly engaging with them, keeping them nurtured, you'll be top of mind when they are ready to buy products and services. So when you launch them and they're ready, then they'll buy from you. But even if you're not doing a launch, you'll be top of mind. So if they think, I need a training plan or I need some coaching, you'll be the one that they go to. So just quickly, we'll cover some lead generation strategies. So now we know how important leads are. We shouldn't be launching without building up leads. Here's some reminders of some of my previous content of ways to generate new leads. So content marketing, I bang on about this a lot. So creating high quality, informative content that specifically caters to your target audience's needs and interests. So this could be blog posts, videos, podcasts, social media. And when you share this content, you should also include a call to action. So that's either asking them to share your content, asking them to subscribe to your email list, or even asking them to view your products and services, or to consume some of your other posts, like a suggestion for other posts that they might like. And then the subtle call to action at the bottom could be to buy a training plan or something like that, just as a call to action at the bottom of your content. Email marketing, so also that's a big one. So you're building an email list, offering valuable resources for exchange for their email, and then you're sending regular emails. Like in one of my previous episodes, coaches should send more emails. I'll link that into the show notes or into the description. Just to give you an idea of how many emails you should send, what type of emails you should send to keep your customers engaged and primed, ready to buy, building them into a place where they're ready to buy your products and services. So that's it for this episode, really. So my final blog post on leads for a while, I promise. My final podcast episode video, however you're consuming this. So I hope that I've made it clearer now. Let's just say, don't launch if you haven't been generating leads. If you haven't really been focusing on leads for at least a few months, I wouldn't bother putting the time, effort, and money into a launch just yet. And if you've got it, sort of a different story, if you've got everything ready for your launch already, then you could just share it with your existing audience. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't spend any money on trying to get your launch in front of new people. That'll just be a waste of money. Spend the time now putting together a strategy for generating new leads. So my next few posts, I'll try and focus on a few other aspects of marketing for endurance coaches. But for now, just remember, it's the leads, not the launch, that will determine your success. All right, catch you next week.